Comedy Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No.
Y'all,
This
just
is
stop.
a sham.
You all ready for this?
Welcome to DBL. Happy Thursday, ladies.
Happy Thursday.
It's not Friday.
Nope.
Okay.
Why'd you think it was?
I sure did.
I wasn't completely ready getting up here, but hey.
What do you got? Wiping down the desk?
Listen, full disclosure, Tori hosts a show right before me, and there's makeup everywhere all the time, so I have to like wipe down my little area.
Well, it's self-tanner.
Oh, it's self-tanner?
You're blowing her out.
It's body foundation.
I didn't even know there was such a thing, but now we've pinpointed it. All right, let's get to it. Emmy winner Quinta Brunson is getting her moment to shine. She interrupted Jimmy Kimmel's monologue during last night's show, and as payback for stealing her moment at the Emmys, of course. Jimmy then gave her the floor to give the rest of her speech. He later apologized for the Emmy gag, where he was dragged on stage and continued lying on the floor during her speech.
And I'm very sorry if I did do that. I'm sorry I did do that, actually. And also, the last thing I would ever want to do is upset you, because I think so much of you, and I think you know that. I hope you know that.
I saw you and I saw Will Arnett and my Emmy, and I was just like, oh my God, I'm having so much fun. But thank you, that's kind. But honestly, I had a good night.
Does anyone else feel a little differently after that moment? Because when I first saw it, I was like, man, what is Jimmy thinking? You know what I mean? But then when they pull it back, like, do you feel differently or no?
Yeah, no, I think it helped me understand the situation a little more. Even the night after it happened, when she said, Jimmy has been a champion of my show. I know how hard it is when you're a person that's a person of color in production, trying to get shows greenlit, showing people of color as the main part of the cast. That's not something that's easy. So the fact that it was on ABC, Jimmy was the first one to have her on his show on a late night capacity. She talked about all that. So the fact that he gave her the floor and she gave her speech over again, and she had another chance to make it right, I don't think he had any malicious intent. So if she's over it, I'm certainly not going to hold a grudge longer than the person that's actually invested in the situation.
I think it really shows the influence of social media, because when we're watching it live in that moment, and we all have our feelings based on the fact that we want to see her win, right? We're looking at her as representation of a moment that maybe one day we hope to have in our own lives in whatever capacity that means. We don't see a Quinta win an Emmy every day, especially under these circumstances. So that moment to us should not be like touched in any way. It should not be marred, or the attention should not be taken from her. But I also think a part of it too is that she is a comedian, and this seems to be a part of, Jimmy seems to be a part of her community in that respect. So the idea that these two things have like converged, and he was like, I made the wrong decision in the moment, and she's basically saying, I forgive you. But I feel like she's like, I had fun, sorry. Like, she shouldn't have to apologize to us because we're projecting our feelings onto her.
Yeah. You're right. Do you feel differently?
Yeah, I was fully projecting. And I learned, I was just like, how dare he? How dare he? And Quinta was like, I'm fine. If she's fine, I should be fine.
Right.
And also, it's two friends, like you said. It's a nice example of like two buddies that had a misunderstanding, worked it out, and are adults about it. And I kind of thought that was nice to see in a polarized America.
Yeah, he took. It's weird because I have two perspectives now, because he took the joke too far. But if it was one of us, you'd be like, Jeff, get up.
Totally.
Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, get out of here.
Before I start.
You know what I mean? Get out of here. Like, kick me off. But in the moment, you got to be in a little bit of shock winning an Emmy, right? So you're not like thinking through everything. It's easy to say on Monday, I should have just told Jimmy to move his butt. You know what I mean? It's easy to say that. But I'm glad they had a moment. I didn't know how Jimmy was going to handle this. I'm like, this is big trouble for Jimmy Kimmel. And it turned out, you know what? It wasn't so bad. And looking back 5 years from now, you're going to say, oh, remember Quinta? That's when Jimmy Kimmel laid on the floor. You're not going to remember really much who won 5 years ago. You know, like you remember like those little moments. So maybe it'll work in her favor. It seems like it already has. So I'm glad they buried that. Okay, because I don't know if you could say buried that. Could you use that term anymore?
Yeah.
Buried the hatchet?
Can you not?
What's wrong with it?
I don't know. I was worried about wearing a blue shirt this morning to offend somebody. All right. Speaking of the Emmys, host Kenan Thompson, for real, right in. You hate me, I get it. Host Kenan Thompson made a joke about Leonardo DiCaprio never dating a woman over the age of 25. In fact, we even made this chart showing Leo's dating history, but Let me look at that. Well, it was a little fast. Someone worked hard on that. All right. But move over, Leo. Since 2008, Madonna has only dated men who were at least 28 years younger than her. In April, Madonna, who's 64, broke up with her 28-year-old boyfriend, but has moved on with a 23-year-old model. The age gap between Madonna and her other boyfriends have ranged from 28 to 33 years. But is this shocking considering many of Hollywood's male actors are with younger women? Here's a few examples. Alec Baldwin is 26 years older than his wife, Hilaria. Michael Douglas was 53 when he started dating 28-year-old Catherine Zeta-Jones. That's a 25-year age gap. Al Pacino, who is 81, wow, is reportedly dating a 28-year-old film producer. That's a 53-year-old gross age gap. Come on.
That's the thing. To me, this is not right. I would be like, okay, I don't understand those big age gaps, but also it's not my bedroom, it's not my relationship, so I don't really care. It doesn't affect me in any way. If that's who you want to date and that's what you want to do, enjoy. But I think for me personally, that's like way too much. Like, what are we talking about? We don't have the same growing up situations. We don't watch the same shows. We don't interact with social media the same. We're just like two different planets.
I know Madonna well. I played her extensively in a Japanese.
Yes.
I don't know why people are laughing. No, I think, what did you expect from Madonna? That's what Madonna does. And Madonna also lives a pretty young life for a 50, whatever she is. She's in the music business. She's hip. She's cool. Chicka, 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 chicka. Like, she's someone who I could see getting along with someone younger. I have zero problem with Madonna or whoever wants to do that. Get out of the bedroom. Stay out of the bedroom. If they have something to talk about, fine.
I have no issues with whatever choices people make in their personal, intimate lives. I think the reason why, because people are like, well, why aren't people coming for Madonna? And I think there's a biological issue that happens a lot of times in these dynamics with younger women and older men who may not necessarily want to commit to a life with this person or maybe having a child, and women are on biological clocks that men aren't on. So I think that there's a lot of flack that men get because the idea is like, oh, did you waste? But I mean, that could be a guy of any age. Are you wasting this woman's time? But of course, there's going to be a power dynamic. It's just a matter of if you're into it or not. All these people have resources, so apparently they real into it.
They are into it.
Wow.
What do you think?
53-year age gap? What's going on? You guys have nothing to say? Stay out of the bedroom?
Okay,
that's
you're right.
disgusting.
I said that's
81 years old.
What am I going to go on a tirade about it? It's not my bed.
Everyone's
He's still going to
listen,
continue dating her.
Let them be their own.
No,
81?
you're right,
With a
you're right.
28?
If it was my grandpa, I would be scolding him. I would pull him to the side and say, come on now.
No,
all right, there
bring
we
it
go.
in, Grandpa.
There we go.
You're right.
Okay?
I would go to her and be like,
What's up?
You know the estate is already planned, right? So now might be your time.
Yeah, all right, good. At least we got to the bottom of it. Valerie Bertinelli is selling off some items she wore on her wedding day. So Valerie recently filed for divorce from her husband, Tom Vitale, and she's selling these Jimmy Choo strappy heels?
Yeah.
Not strapless, strappy.
Strappy, because there's lots of straps on them. Oh, yeah.
Extra. And two Tiffany rings as well on the luxury consignment site, The Real Real.
They told you who the seller is?
Yeah, The Real Real. You
That's
can get
not right.
strappy
That's not
shoes
supposed to
on there.
happen.
She's selling the items because of the bad memories attached to them, obviously, during her wedding day.
Yeah.
Does this add value because it's Valerie Bertinelli at all? Or?
Well, of course.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, some pop culture items. I think it definitely would add any kind of value. But I think selling your stuff is a way of cathartically removing the energy from your person.
But I don't think you sell it. Anytime, if there's someone who really has created a dark cloud in my life, I will intentionally give away anything that they've ever given me.
Passing the dark energy
I'm
to
with
somebody
you.
you love?
Yeah, well, I do it in faith of like, hopefully this brings someone something good, but it can't be in my home, no.
I'm with you. I don't know about like monetizing a bad memory in my life.
Kind of karmic.
A little bit.
Feels
A
weird.
little bit.
Do you guys burn anything? Are you burners? Because that can also be
Like
really
sage?
No, like letters or.
I burn letters.
Yeah, or something. That
I'm
you
more
don't want to
I'm
get
more
rid
into seances and things like that. What do you mean burn? You
Yeah,
get it, like a movie and you cry about it with a scarf on?
of. There's like burn pits or like.
Yeah.
I don't have that many letters that.
Yeah.
people have
I don't
written me
have
that
I don't have an old iron garbage can in my backyard to make a Lifetime
you can
movie
do it
with.
in a little thing. Like you can write like I wrote a letter to myself about things I wanted to remove from my life. I burned it and then I took it off the property and discarded the ashes.
That's right.
That's a lot of
It's very
work.
effective.
A lot of time.
And there's a lot of trauma. I got a lot of trauma. She got a lot of time.
I got a lot of time and a lot of trauma. That's
See,
right.
We're the people who burn.
Scrappy
That
shoes.
will not age
Who
well.
knew?
Nope. You're right.
Coming up on DBL, iconic interview with Deidre Hall. She's talking about Days moving to streaming, and the Toy Hall of Fame announces its finalists. Which classics should be inducted this year?
The dreidel.
Closed captioning provided by
Attention.
Jeff being on the forefront of what is politically correct to say.
Listen.
And being current. It's important to
I don't know if I'm on the forefront.
Not a bad one.
It's more being
I know, but I'm
terrified.
learning even from
Terrified.
like Michaela. I have a 10-year-old stepdaughter. She'll be telling me, "You can't say that," and I'll be like, "Really?"
We're talking about
they're
burying
like
the
getting
hatchet,
scolded
the term
about
I
saying
used
some
earlier.
things that we
Yeah.
said.
You
So I'm
can't
just trying to
use-
get it together.
You can't. I use the word totem pole, meaning like in society like that, and I guess that's offensive to some people. Like you can't say totem pole. So that's why when I said
Are
bury
you
the
learning this
hatchet.
from your kids at school?
No, it's just like if it feels a little bit, someone's going to come for you. Even though no one's really offended. Well, I shouldn't say that. But see, I'm not talking anymore. Go over there. Yeah.
But you never know. You never know. You really don't know what you can and cannot say. I thought hobo was actually offensive, and it actually stands for homeward bound. And several people who are voluntarily hobos wrote me and said it's actually a source of pride for them to feel like they've made that decision. It is not someone who is needing a home or in between homes. And so what you learn, sometimes you're overcompensating. So you've got to just walk the line. But when I say, oh, it's so PC, I grew up in DC. You couldn't really say anything. So I just stopped talking. Let us know what you guys think about Quinta, and if you guys still feel upset by that. I think Lindsay said it best. If she's not upset about it, we have to kind of move on, which makes a lot of sense.
What's that game?
Also, over there, we're looking at
Settlers of Catan.
Oh, the best games
Catan.
and toys.
That's what it
What do you think should make it into the Toy Hall of Fame? Turns out, like, the top isn't in it already.
It was like when computers first came out.
Thank you. Settlers of Catan, have you seen it?
I was died of
Wrapping up. Wrapping up. Thank you, Edna. No problem.
What a weird conversation. Welcome back, I should say. Voting is now open to determine what classic toys should be inducted into this year's National Toy Hall of Fame. Some of the finalists include, maybe you bring back some of your childhood, Light Bright,
Yes.
which came in handy during an episode of Stranger Things. I loved Light Bright. Growing up, we had a lot of Nerf balls around the house, a lot of other balls.
I had a
grew up
little
with-
brother who terrorized me. So
I had two older brothers, so a lot of balls around the house. All right. The board game Settlers of Catan first appeared in Germany in 1995. My boss is telling me no, but that was a late reaction. No one really got it, Bert, so it's okay. Do you remember Spirograph? Huh?
Yes.
The drawing kit has been on the market since 1965.
I have a theory that this was bought by a lot of parents who were teachers.
Oh.
Yes.
All right.
was it teaching you like something really
Geometry,
amazing?
I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's just a teacher gift.
Got it.
Like a nerdy gift, yeah, for sure.
All right, how about bingo? One of my favorites. Did you know bingo has been around for hundreds of years in some form or another? I feel like I'm good at it. Even though it's all luck, I'm like, I got a good chance.
Yeah.
You're ready to be a grandpa and retire like Tom Brady.
Listen, when it's like bingo Wednesdays, I'm like, let's do it.
Yeah.
What are you talking- I think it's fun.
I used to host drag queen bingo.
Listen, I'm down for it.
Yeah.
I think bingo's a good time. Other classic games like The Top,
Which is the first toy ever.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, like, why is it dated already?
Ooh, that was the first toy ever for cave people. All right, and the piñata are also contenders for the Toy Hall of Fame. Piñata's not like, it should be like the pinnacle.
Exactly, piñata and pinnacle. I can't believe the toy, Nerf
And the
balls,
top.
and piñata are not in it already.
It's tough competition because last year Sand got in. Sand was a winner. American Girl Dolls, the board game Risk, and Sand.
American Girl Dolls deserve their place in there. I really appreciate how they have a huge factory now. I've been there, unfortunately, recently, but it's no, for real, it's too much. It's in Manhattan, but they have like 5 floors of like make your doll look exactly like you, which I appreciate because there's only like 2 people for me to get, either the white girl or black girl.
Oh, that's smart.
Or racially ambiguous girl.
That's smart.
And now you can get any culture,
Anything you
any
want.
race girl, and I appreciate that.
Katana was a restaurant in Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Settlers of Catan is like you like, Catan. If you like Risk or.
I was like, I eat sushi there, but I've never played the game.
Is it a Stratego? Am I saying that right? Stratego? Anyone nerd? Anyway, you buy land, you sell water, you make cattle, and it's all about creating civilization.
Like Oregon Trail?
Very similar.
Back in the day, you guys remember that? You guys might be too young for that.
No,
Excuse me? You're a year older than me.
I don't know. Hey, what? Compliment you about being young, and now you shoot at me for that?
I was just facts.
Oregon.
All right. Do you guys remember playing with the top as kids?
Who?
Back in like in the 1800s. The what?
Oh yeah, exactly.
As a Jew, it's the dreidel. It's the same thing.
Do you think who got it first?
The dreidel.
You think?
Yeah, we're ancient.
And we stole it?
For sure.
What else?
That is
What else
facts
is new?
as well.
I apologize in general for my existence. Coming up on DBL, our interview with the iconic Deidre Hall. She tells us what it's like being on TV for 4 decades.
Oh my God.
Darling.
Do you or someone you know snore? If so, then you've probably reenacted this scene at some point during the night. Snoring can be a real problem, but one TikTok trend with hundreds of thousands of views claims you can stop snoring and avoid morning breath by taping your mouth shut at night.
This is going to help your oral health, it's going to help your sleep, it's going to help dry mouth snoring.
So let's verify. Is mouth taping a real home remedy for sleep-related issues? Our sources are the Sleep Foundation and Michael Bruce, founder of thesleepdoctor.com. The idea of mouth taping is fairly simple. By taping your mouth closed at night, you prevent snoring by forcing your body to only breathe through your nose. This also keeps your mouth lubricated, which can reduce bacteria and bad breath. Our sources say mouth taping is fine for people who don't have any other health conditions, but snoring is sometimes a sign of other issues.
The very first thing I tell people is before you start taping your mouth shut, the first thing you need to do is look at nasal congestion. If you've got nasal congestion, solve that problem first. You might not need to tape your mouth.
Snoring could also be a sign of sleep apnea, so Bruce recommends talking to your doctor before trying mouth taping. The Sleep Foundation notes there aren't many scientific studies on mouth taping. Many of the perceived benefits are based on personal accounts, like those TikToks. Still, Bruce says it can help the right person. So, yes, mouth taping is a real home remedy for sleep-related issues. If you do decide to tape your mouth, make sure to use a medical-grade skin tape. Household tapes like duct or masking tape will hurt when removed and can cause injuries, especially for people with facial hair. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
The sands of time are now streaming through that famous hourglass. And Days of Our Lives star Deidre Hall joined us earlier to share how you can keep up with them all, including the scandals in Salem. Take a look. Hi, Deidre. Welcome to DBL.
We've talked about other major shows moving to streaming services. Now, do you think longtime fans of Days of Our Lives will have a hard time streaming the show on Peacock?
They won't have a hard time. I think it's like a tweak. You know, you turn the prism just a little bit. Once they get onto the platform, it's a cakewalk. Mm-hmm. It's just getting on the platform. And as I've said in the past, if you're not sure how to do it, have your 8-year-old girl next door come over and show you how to do it, because every kid knows how to do this.
That's exactly right.
In fact, I had my son come over and do it for me. So, but once you're there, it's a breeze.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, your iconic character, Dr. Marlena Evans, had a twin on Days of Our Lives, and it was actually your real-life twin sister who played her. What was it like working with your sister, and how did she feel about it?
Wow, that's such a loaded question. It's she came from education. She was a special education teacher. So her day was spent always being on alert and being highly animated and always paying attention to what kids were doing and what they needed. So, so from special ed to showbiz, it was a snap. Because she had worked with special education kids, she was used to being big and funny and animated and completely unself-conscious.
Deidre, does she get tired of being recognized for you outside?
I was going to ask that.
Like, it's not me, I'm her twin sister. Sure you are.
They're like, that's pretty rude.
I did hear that in the very beginning, she when people would say, oh my gosh, Miss Hall, what would you like? I'd like a table in front, please. Oh, yes, right this way. So, she was not above using it just a little bit.
You have been on Days of Our Lives since 1976, and I just wanted to know the you that started. What would you say if someone told you you'd be on that show for more than 4 decades back then?
This question involves a time machine.
It couldn't have begun to dawn on me that would happen.
Wow.
And I knew I loved the medium because I'd been on a different show and saw how people kind of created friendships and then realized that, oh, I get to have that. I get to be around people I love all day long and work with people that I've worked with over and over and over. And there's a shorthand and a familiarity and a safety that you don't get with any other kind of show that we get to have. And I think that's one of the great advantages of daytime.
Wow, what an icon. Thank you so much for joining us, Miss Hall, at the front table at the restaurant. DBL Nation, stream new episodes of Days of Our Lives and Beyond Salem exclusively on Peacock. Again, it's so lovely to have you on our show. Thank you for always taking the time to be with us. We'll be right back. Thanks again.
Thanks.
Thank you for your help.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
That sound means it is time to verify. Safety in schools tops this year's checklist as education leaders across the country evaluate and rework protocols. And a new step to strengthen school safety is under the microscope. Across the country, many districts are using body scanners this year. The technology is nothing new. It's already in airports and other populated venues. The concept promotes safety, but what about the technology itself? Let's verify, do body scanners emit harmful levels of radiation? Our sources are the CDC, the Argonne National Laboratory, Evolve Technology, and Mark Flug, Cone Health Radiology Safety Officer.
The radio waves that are emitted, they bounce really, readily from the body. So they're not X-raying the body. There's no radiation that's retained in the body. It's basically bounced off and back to the detectors. They don't have the ability to damage an atom in your body or cell.
He said this non-ionizing radiation is low energy, similar to that of a microwave on the electromagnetic spectrum. So body scanners are different from both the standard metal detector and the backscatter X-ray technology airports phased out decades ago. This Argonne National Laboratory report shows how it works, scanning the body without touching it to identify objects beneath clothing. Body scanner manufacturer Evolve, which supplies to local districts, affirmed its system uses the low-frequency technology and meets several safety certifications. The CDC confirms even daily use of these scanners is safe and pointed out the technology releases thousands of times less energy than a cell phone. But Flug suggests anyone with a medical device consult a physician before using scanners regularly.
So from my experience in a magnetic field, somebody with a hearing aid could experience feedback.
In conclusion, we verify no, body scanners using non-ionizing radiation technology do not emit a harmful amount of radiation. They are safe for daily use in schools or workplaces. But if you have concerns, talk to a physician. Flug emphasized radiation from the sunlight and radon gas are much stronger and more threatening. That's why it's important to wear sunscreen and do home radon testing. With your Verify, I'm Megan Malaris.
Are you skeptical of headlines and what you see on social media? We are too. The Verify newsletter helps you distinguish between true and false information by answering your questions. It provides fast facts on trending topics, spotlights major stories, and even includes a daily fun fact for all those trivia buffs out there. Get Verify's fast facts delivered every weekday to your email inbox. Go to verifythis.com/email to check it out.
It's Thursday, and we've got some great deals for you today you don't want to miss. Check it out.
Steph, what do you have for us today?
Hi, Tori, and hello, DBL Nation. I am so excited to show you all the deals today, and trust me, we've got some fantastic items, so let's check everything out. First up, it's the Vivo Perlay 4-piece ageless skincare set. And just know this bundle is not sold anywhere else online, so we are making a little shopping experience so much easier for you. So normally this bundle is $81.
Yeah.
We've got everything for just $24.99. So it saves everyone 69%.
Guys, going into the fall, we need moisture.
Now, Tori, how great is this? We've got the Neiman Marcus flounce sleeve jacket.
Fancy.
And Morning Save got this deal because the vendor had surplus inventory. So normally this jacket is up to $144.
Ooh.
But we've got it for only $39.99.
Oh, that's a nice...
Saving 72%.
When you travel, that's all you need. You can dress it up or dress it down.
Now, next up, Tori, we've got the Chef and Twist tabletop spiralizer. So you can twist your veggies into noodles in no time.
Oh, wow.
And it's the first time we are ever featuring this product on television.
Ooh.
So normally this is $45, but we've got it for just $14.99.
No way.
I know, so it saves 67%. And for the last product today, we've got the Villanovum Sonic Toothbrush with 12 replacement brush heads.
Oh.
So this is the first time that Morning Save is featuring this product on television, so you better get it whilst it's hot. They are not sold anywhere else. Normally this is $150.
Right, those things.
But we've got it for just $29.99. Saves everyone 80%.
Oh my gosh, brush away the stress. Head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices, or you can even just scan them on the QR code that's on screen right now. It's gonna take you directly to those products on Morning Save's website. Thank you so much, Steph.
You were very proud of that joke, huh,
Brush
Tori?
away the stress. I love when I can make Steph laugh.
And have you guys ever spiralized a vegetable before you eat it?
No, but spaghetti squash is supposed to be good.
Oh yeah, I've had spaghetti squash. So I guess I wonder how they got it like that.
Yeah, they spiralize.
Oh, it's not a spiralizer?
Spaghetti
I think it's just
squash,
cut.
you just fork
Hey, but
it
it looks
out.
cool. I'm down to spiralize. We'll see you tomorrow.
Spout.